What is going on, my good people? Welcome to T-Mile TV. Y'all, we got some news for y'all today, so we about to jump right into it right now. And, which I find crazy because this seems like to be a growing trend everywhere. Ubisoft, Exec says gamers need to get comfortable with not owning your games. Now, this is why I have always been a strong opponent against digital gaming or really digital media in general. You know what I mean? Because you have these people that you know put out this content and say if you own Xbox and you don't have Xbox Gold for a while or whatever the Xbox thing is now, you will lose the license to the games that you have bought digitally. And also not saying, let's just say in a crazy world, they start banning certain games. If you have the hard copy of, say, GTA 6, and somehow the nanny states decide, well, for the good of everybody, because people don't know how to control their kids, we are going to ban Grand Theft Auto 6. Well, if you have it on your PlayStation, Xbox digitally, guess what? They can just pull the game. Or if you have a movie and they just say, hey, if you, and Australia is a perfect example of this because not too long ago they were talking about banning anime and certain animes, to protect kids supposedly. They could just pull it. So this is the world that we are living in. You shall own nothing and like it. A certain person have said that. Uh, So yeah, we have this going on from a Ubisoft executive. You know what I mean? So Ubisoft director of subscriptions says that gamers need to start feeling comfortable with not owning the games they pay or play. Now, mind you, since games has, a lot of games done went up from 60 to now 70, and I blame the CEO of Take Two for that. Um, Now it's coming to the point to where they don't want you to own what you buy. Now, if I'm dropping 70, uh, depending on the edition that I buy, if I buy the ultimate of anything, I'm paying over $100. I'm owning it. I'm owning the disc. I always would buy my physical copies, but the reason why they have this false sense of, I guess, digital is selling good because of the pandemic. Everybody was locked down. You couldn't go to the store, so a lot of people bought digital games. You know what I mean? So, whatever. Just like music and television, the gaming industry has slowly been shifting towards the all digital future for some time now. Despite pushback from certain communities with. I like that. Despite pushback from certain communities, it really just pushed back from everybody, right? Because owning digital games, you have everything on your consoles, and with how big the games are, you take Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty has so many updates and stuff like that. It's like 100 to 200 gigs, or more, or even down to like if you playing 2K or any other games like that, it's a lot of space to where if you like to play multiple games, you're gonna have to start deleting. Uh, what I hate that PlayStation did to where you used to be able to on the 4, if you have a external hard drive or something, you can still play your games off of the external hard drive. Now, unless you buy the other hard drive that go inside your PlayStation, if you have a external, you can only move games back and forth, which I found dumb. But still, it's still a lot of space. You can't tell me that, you know, it makes any sense to have all this room for these games when it's only one game. And I mean, hell, even like Fortnite is like 90 or almost like 100 gigs, or probably 100 gigs or more. You know what I mean? So digital, like, no, no. I will always prefer my hard copies for the reasons I stated earlier. But it's funny that they say, oh, certain communities. No, it's a big chunk of the gaming community, and when these people realize that if you don't have PlayStation Plus for a while, you lose your license and stuff. If you don't have whatever the Xbox service is now, you're gonna lose the license to a lot of these games. People will stop buying digital, and that word needs to get out there. I just hate that you have these executives that run these companies, and it's almost every company because they just like how people say gamers don't touch grass. These people don't mingle or associate with the common people, as they say. You know what I mean? They don't really touch base with the actual gamers that play the games. All they care about is the bottom line, the bottom dollar. Let's just be honest, right? So, yeah, it just goes over this. Recently stated that gamers need to get used to the feeling of not owning their games. No, no, I'm still gonna buy my hard copies. I don't care what you say. You know what I mean? Uh, and this is another quote. One of the things we saw is gamers are used to a little bit like DVDs, having their own games that uh, consumers shift that needs to happen. No, it don't need to happen. No, because they looking at, well, if you don't have to print this no more, that will cut out what we need to do as far as printing materials, blah 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 blah, like that, right? Now, I said this to one of my friends before, like digital games should be cheaper because of there's no disc, there's no box, but it isn't. It's the same thing, and I like to see the stuff I own. You know what I mean? I have a collection of. I still got all of my PlayStation 2 games, 3 games, all of my anime that I have, the Xbox games that I have, my 360 games that I have. I like to see that stuff. You know what I mean? Because I'm a collector. But then at the same time, I know I can always go and pull and watch or play anything. You feel me? So, like I said, as long as you have the physical media, they can never take it away from you. But we about to cut here, my good people. So, drop that like, give me a follow, subscribe to me, hit the bell for post notifications, all that good stuff. And I shall catch y'all in the next one.